profiles using YAML file. Okay, so here we can write in two different ways, using individual YAML files or multi YAML file or single YAML file. We have two concepts we have here also. One is multi YAML file, as like properties file how you created by using a syntax that is called application dash some profile name we need to mention here, and dot properties, sorry, dot YAML is a syntax. Or else you can just use, that's actually using single YAML file. Okay, there we can create application.yml. Inside that, what we can do here, we should use a symbol called 3 dots. Okay, and there we can write some key colon value and write 3 dots dashes. Again, you write key colon value 3 dashes. Again, you write key colon value and 3 dashes. Okay, every dashes, that is actually 3 dashes, separates as one profile. This is one profile, second profile, third profile. So how to mention the name here? We have to write here, that's actually spring.profiles. Here we have to mention that's called spring colon profiles. We have to write like this. Okay, what is a profile? Something like it is a QA. Okay, and what is a profile here? Something like some dev or prod. Like this we can write here. We can use a symbol called 3 dashes here. So this is only most famous in real time. That is actually a single YAML file. So there is profiles concept using single YAML file here. Okay, I'll show them both one by one. Understand carefully here. Profiles can also be implemented using YAML file. Okay, it provides support like properties file. Okay, that is creating multiple YAML files for every profile. Okay, so using syntax, there's actually profile, that's we need to write application dash, it's a profile name dot properties. Okay, remember like this. If no profile name is provided, then it is default. It is default profile. Remember here. Okay, now this time I'll take one concept here. Observe carefully. Same like similar one here. I'll be taking one environment. Consider it's actually a developer machine. It's a developer machine. So in the developer machine, we have some database. Okay, we have some database. Consider it's a Oracle database here. I just want to connect to this database. Okay, so for that I am just writing application.yaml file here. Okay, this time application.yaml. I'm writing. It's a dev machine. In a similar way, I have multiple machines even. It's a dev, it's a production, it's a QA, like we have. It's a QA machine and it's a production machine. Databases are different here. It's a QA, it's a prod. Okay, if you go from one machine to another machine here, only properties, there's actually YAML value changes. YAML file properties change, there's YAML key value changes, not the code. Okay, so in this case, I'm just going to write here application-qa.yml. It's a full name application. I wrote short here. It's a application-qa.yml. In the same way, here also we can write here it's application dash. Okay, go to file new starter project. and create a new project here. Spring Starter project. Okay, Spring Boot profile, YAML EX1. Okay, next button. Okay, configuration processor, next button, and finish button. Okay, this project got created here. Okay, here we have application.properties. You can see. Yeah, you can keep this file also, not an issue. Okay, so here, and remember, if you write both properties and YAML, priority is given for properties only. If you write both, priority is given for properties only. If you keep this file empty also, okay. And you can create a YAML file, or you can just rename this file also, okay, here. Okay, you can just delete and create a new one, or else rename. Right click, refactor, rename, or a simple shortcut F2, function key 2, or function and F2 that you have to press here, application.yml. So it is converted to YAML file here, you can see. And you can see the symbol also, Y is showing, it is showing like this. On top of leaf, it's a YAML. .yml is an extension in Java. Okay, now there you can write the key value pairs here. Or else if you want to create a new file, right click on resource, new, and choose one option called file. Observe, SRC main resource, SRC main resource. There you can go to new option. Inside the new option, choose one option called file. Okay, and you can enter the name, something like application dash. It's a QA.yml. Sorry, I have checked in folder. It's a file. Right click new. It's a file. It's an application dash QA.yml. You can see like this. Okay, so profile name, that's your interest. You can write ABC also, not a issue here. Whatever the name you write, you should activate the same here. Remember, hyphen spring dot profiles dot active is equals to, okay, you should write QA like this. Okay, so whatever you write the name, same name you should mention here also. You write ABC here, you can mention ABC here also, not a issue here. Okay, now this actually starter class, main class. I'm just creating a simple runner class here. There I'm writing class. Okay, data read runner, just I'm writing here. It's a testing purpose dot runner. Click on finish button here. I forgot to add Lombok. If you forgot to add Lombok, after creating the project, you can add. Right click on project, Spring edit starters. This feature will be available in latest STS. If you're not able to see this, you have to download latest STS. Okay, right click on this project. Right click on this project here on top of the project name. Okay, and go to an option called Spring. There is an option called edit starters. Okay, and choose like this. Again, you will come to the screen. Right click on this project, Spring edit starters. Okay, there you search with Lombok. LOMB. Okay, you can add this again. Click on Lombok. Okay, and finish. Okay, that will be updated in pom.xml. While creating the project, you forgot something. Later also you can add a Lombok dependency added here. Okay, now here I'm writing that implements command line runner and override a method called run. And see here. There I'm writing @component. Okay, @data to generate the setters and getters, and @configuration properties I'll write. First I'll define some variables. Private string something, I'm just taking driver. Okay, something like a URL. I'm just taking like this. @configuration properties. Prefix is equals to my.app. Okay, so here I'm just printing this details out. Just I'm writing this. I did not give any data here. Application.yml empty. application.yml empty and qa.yml also empty. Okay, I did not activate any profile. Default profile will be there. No data. Okay, no key values available. If no key values available, remember, okay, so at the rate configuration properties will go and search for key values. If it is not found, it will return null and null. Okay, let us run this application. At the rate value will throw exception. At the rate value says, oh no, it's mandatory. At the rate configuration property says it's optional. Okay, now let us go to this file here. I'm just writing it. It's a my dot. Of course, we have to write a colon. Just it will auto detect. Wait for a second. Okay, my dot. See here, control space. Sometimes it will take some more time. Okay, sometimes it may take 5 minutes also. You may not get shock. Okay, because of your system performance or cached. Control space. See, my dot app dot driver has come. Double click. Automatically it will adjust. Or else you can write manually. My colon. Press enter. 2 spaces. There I'm writing something like app colon. Press enter. Some 3 spaces. Your wish. How many you want to give? Driver. Okay, driver. I'm just writing here. Oracle dev. Just I'm writing next one. Control space URL. Okay, sample dev. Like this I wrote. Your wish, you give how many spaces I mentioned right previously. So all levels should come under same category. This line, if you draw a line, this should come under same. Okay, so just go to starter class and run this application and see. Now see here, you got the data. You got the data here. Okay, same values I'm just taking here and I'm adding in qa.yml. Here also I'm just adding here. Observe, it's just I'm writing as a QA. And I'm writing as a QA. Now go to main class and run this program. See, still dev only coming. I'm just getting still dev only. Now my requirement, I just don't want dev. There's actually, I don't want this properties YAML. I don't want this YAML. I want qa.yml. Okay, qa.yml file here. Okay, how to activate the qa.yml here? Can you just tell me? What is the key we need to write here? How to activate QA profile? Tell me what we should write here. Spring dot. Can you mention remaining key? Do you remember? Mistake also fine. Yeah, 2 dashes we have to write. Very good. Mention, type that. Mistake also fine. Yes, what we need to write here is spring dot profiles dot active is equals to QA. If you don't write, default will be there. Remember, here also similar. Okay. So observe here. Now go to main class. Go to main class. Right click. Run as run configuration. See here, right click, run as. You should go to run configuration. Okay. Arguments. There I'm writing arguments here. Apply and run. See here, you got. Please disable your webcams. It will make disturbance to others. Please disable your webcams. Okay. Now see here, it's a small example which you worked here. Okay. So compared to this second one, I'm just going to show here. That is the most famous and popular in real time using single YAML file. Okay, let me give example up to this one. Example 1. Using multiple YAML files. Okay. Step number 1. Create one starter project. Okay, name I'm just giving here. It's a Spring Boot 2 profiles YAML EX1. Dependency you choose only Lombok. Step number 2. Rename application dot properties file. How to rename? right click on application.properties or any file, what exactly you want to rename, refactor, rename, enter new name, application.yml, and click on finish. Create new file, okay, or else you can just click on, right click on src main resources, wherever you want to create here. Okay, right click on this one, new. Okay, you can choose file. If it's not there, you can go to other, enter name. Okay, example, it's like application dash, it's a qa.yml, and finish. Like this, you get two files here. One is application.yaml. You can rename existed file, or else you can delete and create a new one. It's application.yml. You can see like this we wrote. Second one, application dash, it's a qa.yml. Like this we have. It's actually runner class. Step 3, it's a runner class. Step 4, it's a run configurations. We can write -- spring dot profiles dot active is equals to qa. Like this we can write. Observe. Now, remember carefully here, we have created two different files. One is application.yml and second one is application-qa.yml. Okay, this time there is a new feature available in only YAML. There is a concept of YAML only. It's not applicable to property. Writing a single application.yml as a multiple profiles. See, as a multiple profiles, you can write here. Okay, observe here. You write some key values, then 3 dashes, starting onwards, no space, 3 dashes. Add some key values here also. Okay, above one is actually one profile and below one is actually one profile, but you should give one profile name here. What is the profile name? Spring dot, it's actually profiles. Okay, I'm just writing here spring dot profiles. I'm writing this as a qa. There I'm writing it's a qa new. I'm just writing it's a qa new, just for understanding here. Look at, so when you write 3 dashes, 3 times we have to write dash or hyphen, hyphen, and hyphen without any space. Okay, you write some key value pairs and 3 dashes, and again some same key value pairs are different here. What you want, there you mention the profile. Again, I am writing same 3 dashes in the bottom, dash, dash, and dash. There I'm writing again, it's a spring colon, it's a profile. Okay, there I'm mentioning it's actually, it's a prod. I'm just taking key value pairs here. This time it's actually prod new, it's a prod new. Like this I'm writing dev new, I'm just writing for understanding. Now application.qa.yml not required, just deleting here. Observe, it's a single YAML file. It's a only one YAML file here. Observe, it's a only one YAML file here. So here 3 dashes are there. Like this we are writing here. Okay, so this is one profile, it is another profile, and it's a one more profile. At runtime, what it is going to be done here, this one is actually converted into internally, it's actually converted into application dash prod.yml. At runtime it is converted like this, and here you can see something like a my colon app colon, It's actually driver colon some value here. Whatever the value that you provide, same thing. These are all going to come here. Okay, at runtime. So based on the name, what exactly you give, it is going to create. So this is the internal meaning here at runtime. So you can write 3 dashes. Okay, 3 times you have to write. Without space. Okay, you have to write 3 dash symbols without space. That indicates a new profile here. Okay, when you write spring colon profile, some name if you give, with the same name, it is going to create a YAML file. Okay, it's going to create a YAML file. Okay, let us test this one. Is that correct or not here? Let us test this one. Observe. Okay, now go to profiles here, right click. Let us see. First one default, second one QA, third one prod. Remember the names. Right click, run as run configuration, arguments, remove this. Nothing is there. No profile given. Apply and run. No profile given. See dev. That's called default. Right click, run as run configuration, arguments. This time I am just giving QA. I'm just giving go to arguments and see here I'm just giving QA, apply button and run button. See this time you see QA. Right click, run as run configuration, click on arguments. There I'm just giving it is prod. It's a prod. Apply button and run button. Okay. So no need of taking separate YAML file here. Okay. So here I'm just writing. This is QA profile. It's a comment. Hash indicates comment. This is production profile. Then no need to create second profile here. This is actually default profile. Like this we can write. Okay. A single YAML file here. Hash indicates comment. You know, right? Comment means actually in Java we can write slash, 2 slashes, slash star and star slash slash star star. Like this we can write. Single line data in bracket key colon values using one YAML file with symbol 3 dash. If we write 3 dash symbols, it indicates profile is changed. That's actually new profile started. We should also provide profile name using spring colon profiles. That is actually name like this. Okay. So if you look at here, it's application.yml. It's only one file. It's only one file you can see here. There I'm writing like this. And then you can just take a runner class. Observe carefully here. Okay. Okay, I'm just giving a point here. Even YAML supports similarity, that is actually like properties file. Okay. Even YAML file can also be used or read with @profile annotation. Remember, general profiles concept is used for properties or YAML. @profile is for logic specific. Okay, if you want to execute some logic in particular environment, then profile annotation. If you want to load properties or YAML in particular environment, then That is YAML with the profiles or properties with profiles. Okay, here we have properties or YAML concept and even profile annotation also. It is also possible here. So I'm just showing a small point here. Okay, observe, look at carefully. I'm just writing a small one, very small one. I'm just writing. So here we have, that's actually default, QA and prod. Just I'm writing here. I'm writing it's export service is the interface. Just I'm writing as a service. Look at carefully. Export service is the interface. Just I'm writing. There I'm writing here. It's a public void export. Like this I'm writing. Now here I'm writing a class here. One is Excel export service. Just I'm writing add export service. And remember, so generally one interface will be having any one implementation at runtime. If you want both, then don't take interface structure like this. Write individual classes without writing implementation and use both. If you want both, just I'm showing profile concept at the rate component. Just I'm writing it's a sysout from Excel. Okay. Now I'm just giving here at the rate profile annotation here. There I'm writing it's a QA. It's a QA. And you want to read these values here. Look at, and in the runner, whatever you just provided here, I just want to read these two values actually. Okay, here I'm writing like this. I'm just reading them. Okay, and here I'm writing at the rate configuration properties and prefix. Like this I'm writing. And there I'm printing sysout this. And to generate the setters and getters at the rate data lambda. Okay, to create the object component, to mention the profile when it should be executed, to read the key values, and to generate the setters and getters. Okay, from Excel, I'm just printing this data here. Okay, observe here. Like this, I'm just modifying. Is a one Excel export. Okay, now there I'm writing one more. It's a PDF export I'm writing. It's a PDF export I'm just writing. So this PDF export from PDF I'm just writing here. It's a production. It's a prod. Okay, production that is actually PDF. Okay, QA Excel I just mentioned here like this. Okay, I'm just taking one more. So it's actually CSV export. Okay, CSV export is actually default from CSV like we have. Same you can load here driver and URL here. Observe carefully. Now I'm just going to reader runner. Okay, there I'm just testing this one private. That's actually export service. There I'm writing service and at the rate auto-void. Okay, there I'm just calling. It's a service dot. It's export. Okay, now go to starter class, right click, run as, run configuration. Here we have prod, let it be. We have prod. Okay, apply and run. It's a PDF export. It is going to come here. From PDF, see data also loaded. PDF export service, you can see data also loaded. Okay, so prod and prod. Okay, now right click, run as, run configuration. I'm just taking, instead of prod, I'm just writing QA, apply and run. See there you can see Excel export and QA and QA. Now right click again, run configuration, remove these arguments, apply and run. It's a CSV that is actually called dev or default. See here, similar thing, nothing new here. What I gave previously here also same this time. Interface name previously I gave alert system, understand at the rate profile. Okay, I'll just give some comments. This is for creating object. Okay, provide profile name. Okay, and this is read key values. Okay, this actually set get to string, okay, equals and so on. Constructor, if you want to generate them. Okay, this is the purpose of this annotation. I'm just giving as a note. Remember this. So which annotation is for what purpose? Just I'm writing overview. Okay, we can see YAML also supports reading this one. See here with profiles annotation here. I'm just giving this example. I'm just giving the code. One application application dot YML. You can see it's application dot YML. Second, it's a service interface. I'm just giving. It's actually export service. Third one, service IMPLs. It's an Excel export. PDF export. CSV export. And third one, runner class. It's a data runner. Observe carefully. Here's a runner class here. Okay, observe. Now understand here what I wrote here. I wrote one interface that is actually called export service. Export service is an interface. Okay, now for this interface, I have, it's a dev environment, QA environment, production environment. Okay, something I just mentioned like this. In the dev environment, what I just want to do here, export data to CSV file. It's a CSV export service. I wrote here a class. And this is reading the data from the YAML file. Okay, in case of profile name, I just gave, it's actually CSV, I gave default. Okay, and here we have one more that is actually Excel export is a class. There I gave profile name. It's actually QA. In the same way, we have PDF export service. It's a class. I gave here profile name. It's actually prod. Like this, I just taken. You can change also whatever you want. Now here, for all these things, we have one common YAML file. Okay, YAML file is only one. Okay, if you look at here, this is YAML file. What is the file name? It's actually application.yml. Actually, 3 YAML files we have to create, right? Yes. But here what I wrote, dash, dash, and dash. Like this I have taken. 3 dashes indicates one separate profile. Like this I wrote. And here, I just mentioned here a spring colon. There I wrote profiles. It's a QA. And in the same way, spring colon, I just mentioned it's actually profiles. This actually prod. First one I did not write. If you don't write anything, it's actually, this is default. Okay, it comes under QA. And it comes under prod. Okay, whatever the key values are available here, whatever the key values are available here is taken by this. Okay, and whatever the key values are available here, assumption here we have key values. Okay, are taken by this QA. And whatever the key values are available here, that is in the last section, will be taken by this. like this. You can see this is a concept here. So here the concept is single YAML file or one YAML file. Okay, how it is handled by using 3 dashes. If we concentrate properly, how this is possible because of 3 dashes. You can see here like this. Okay, so here this actually 3 dashes indicates creating a new profile, concept in us by using one YAML file here. That is actually writing multiple profiles using one YAML file. Here 3 dash 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 indicates new profile or another profile, whatever you call here. It's a new profile here, 3 dashes here. We just mentioned. You can see this. Okay, so 3 dashes indicates creating the new profile here. That profile name we have to write like this. This indicates profile name. Provide profile name. Okay, so here these are the concepts of working with the profiles here. Observe. Now let us just continue to new concept. Okay, so here I'm just showing the point. First of all, concentrate. I hope you remember the shortcut. If you want to go into this run method, just select this run method and press F3, function key 3, F3. Okay, again inside this we have another run method. Today you just try this shortcut, F3, function key 3, F3. Okay, or control plus click also fine. F3, just click control plus click, that is also okay. Here again we have one more run method, control plus click or F3. Now look at this. Here first line, you just look at here, it's a stopwatch. It's a start method is there. And here in the bottom, stopwatch.stop method is there. Okay, you can see here, there is a stopwatch concept you can see. Okay, it's a stopwatch. See here. So I'll explain some points of stopwatch. Okay, do you know what is stopwatch? Generally, I'm asking. Okay, these are basics only, but very important here. Stopwatch. Okay, in your mobile, you will be having a concept of stopwatch. Just check it here. Okay, for example, someone is asking. Okay, so here they're asking, hey, let us just do cooking. Let us just do cooking, but how much time we have to find out. Okay, let us start some cooking. Okay, if you want to start cooking here, then you can use a stopwatch. Okay, so here stopwatch is generally used for calculating the time taken for a task. Okay, stopwatch. Okay, if someone is running, okay, they're actually jumping. Okay, so for example, okay, I want to speak some ABCD characters here. How much fast I can speak here? Okay, I just want to check it. My speed, I just want to check it here. Okay, let us just click on start. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. It's around 4.38 seconds. Let us reset. Okay, reverse I want to speak. Let it take how much time it will take. Z Y X W V U T S R Q P O N M L K J H D F E D C B A. See here time. Okay, if you want to calculate, okay, so any task time, okay, that's actually we use stopwatch. Okay, and you just count it how much speed that you can speak. Okay, not only this, running, jumping, people if they are doing something, they are playing, cooking, so solving the puzzles, generally they'll take stopwatch, right? So why we are using stopwatch here is to calculate the time taken for our logic. Okay, I wrote some logic here. For example, I wrote one logic that's a runner logic. Okay, I want to know how much time this method call is taking. Okay, how much time this is taking. If I write some other logic here, how much time it is taking. If you want to count that is time taken here, okay, that then you can take here. So here I just want to use a stopwatch concept for that purpose. I hope you got the point here. It is used to calculate time taken for a task execution, finish or execution. Okay, starting time to stop time. Okay, how much time it is taking here? That's actually generally we use stopwatch. Okay, observe carefully. Now I just want to work on this stopwatch here. Now Spring Framework that is has provided stopwatch. It's a class. API details I'm just giving here. Stopwatch is a class that is defined in a class that is package org Spring Framework util. It's a package. Okay, having methods here, you can see different methods are there. One is actually start. Okay, second is actually start with a task name. Here we have two methods. One is actually start. Second one start with task name. Okay, next one is actually stop. Here we have, there is a method stop. We have, it is going to stop. Okay, and even there are some other methods we have. Okay, get total time in milliseconds, nanoseconds, and seconds. You can print here. Okay, just I'm showing main important here. It's a milliseconds. It's a milliseconds. Okay, and here you can see nanoseconds to milliseconds converter is also there here. Get total time in seconds. Okay, time will be printed, how much time taken for the task. And there is another method also there. There's actually, it's a pretty print. Pretty print will give nice and clear output here. And here we have a constructor. Constructor for this stopwatch, if you look at here. Okay, you can just create a stopwatch without any title, or else you can create a stopwatch with a title that is called ID. Okay, stopwatch, simple stopwatch is there, and stopwatch with ID also you can provide here. Okay, just let us work on one by one here, how it is going to show here. I'll show all this overviews here. Look at carefully. Okay, observe, I am writing one by one examples here. Just understand. File, new, Spring Starter project. It's a stopwatch, EX. Next button, and finish button. Okay, it's a basic feature of Spring Boot. Now I'm just writing one runner class. It's a class. Stopwatch test runner. Add. It's a command line runner. Look at there. On top of this class, I'm just writing @component. There, I'm just writing logic here. Look at, so I'm just going to write some lengthy content here so that we can get the output that is clearly, or else Java logic will be executed in the fraction of milliseconds only. Okay, so nanoseconds and milliseconds values will be there. So I am writing some logic. So I'm just writing it's a for each loop. Okay, just I'm writing it's something like a 10,000. It's a math dot. It's a power of. Okay, it's a 3 power I. It's a I plus 1. I'm just writing. Like this, I'm just writing a sample logic. Don't consider this logic and all. I just want to calculate the time taken for this block. That is only my task here. Okay, observe carefully. Like this, I'm just writing here. It's a logic. Okay. So here I'm writing. Now there I'm just taking a stopwatch here. First to create a stopwatch. It's a watch is equals to new stopwatch. Okay. So which logic you want to calculate? Before that, write watch dot start. Okay. Once your work is done, then call here. It's a stop. A simple concept here. Now, how much time taken? You want to know here. Sys out. There use. It's a result dot. So here, sorry, watch dot. Watch dot. There is a method called get time. Okay, get total time in milliseconds. Okay, or else in seconds you can print. Of course, you can print in nanoseconds also. So I'm just printing this too. Okay, observe here. Now I am running this logic. Concentrate. Right click, run as Spring Boot application. See, it is taking around 5 milliseconds. Okay, this is a logic. See, this much logic also. It's a 5 milliseconds. It's a 316 milliseconds, 0.3 seconds. Okay, this much logic. Let us add one more 0. It's a 3200. It's around 3 seconds. Okay, like this. For example, I have written something extra logic like this. Again, let us run this logic here. Okay, and here I'm just writing one more time. Run this application. Around 9 seconds it will take, 9 to 10 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds it has taken here. Now I just see this a small example I wrote here. This is okay, a simple example. Understand? Create stopwatch object, then call a method called start. Okay, you should have some logic. Then finally call a method called stop. Once you stopped here, yes, you can just get the time here. Now I don't want to calculate the time of this one. Calculate only this part and this part here. Okay, then here only you can just call a method called watch dot stop. Okay, and again you can start here like this. Okay, in simple actually it's a skip. Okay, so I don't want to calculate the time for this loop. Okay, I started here, execute this logic and stop. Okay, again continue, again start. Start means it won't start from beginning. Okay, from where exactly you start. For example, 1 2 3 stop, again start, 4 5 6 stop. Again if you call start method 6 7 8, like that it will continue here. Okay, now let us see. Previously you have seen, right, time is 10. Now let me run this again. Control F11. You'll get around 6 seconds. You got here 6 milliseconds. That's 6761 milliseconds or 6 seconds here. Okay, like this you can use here. And remember, it's actually started. Again, if you call start, it's actually invalid. Why? Already it started. Let us try to run. Illegal state exception. Okay, can't start stopwatch. It's already running. Okay, it's already stopped. Again, if you try to stop, it's already stop method. Again, you're trying to stop. It is also invalid. Illegal state exception. Can't stop, already stopped. It's not running. Like that, it is going to show here. Illegal state exception, can't stop, stopwatch. It's not running. Here, like this. You can see here, it's invalid. You can't call same method continuously. Okay. If you call start, then you can call next method stop. Okay. If you call stop, next method is start. Remember here, there's like a loop. Okay. Start and stop methods are like a loop here. Okay. It's like a loop. This is like a start method and stop method. Okay. So in the loop, if it's started, you can call stop method. If it's a stopped, you can call start method. Remember that one. It's like a loop here. Start and stop concepts. Okay. Else you are going to get an exception like illegal state exception. Okay. And there we have time to print here. Time in millis. It's a time in seconds. I'm just printing here. It is showing like this. So this output here, it's example 1. Look at carefully. It's a example 1. Step 1. Create new starter project. Name Spring Boot 2 stopwatch ex. No dependencies. Step 2. One runner class I wrote like this. Okay. Run main method. Okay. Output you will see something like this. Okay. So here something like this here. Illegal state exception is thrown. If same method called twice in order. Example, start and start, or stop and stop. That's actually illegal state exception will be thrown. Okay. Now the point is, observe carefully. I'm just going to give a proper output here. Consider this is called block 1. Okay. Consider that is called block 1 here. This is called block 2. Okay. Let me just remove all this. From the beginning, I'm showing here. Look at this. These are all simple for each loops here. Okay. Now the for loops here, it's a loop 1 and loop 2 and loop 3. How much time taken for loop 1 and how much time taken for loop 2? I just want to calculate. I'm just deleting here. It's actually 2 I'm writing. It's actually 3 I'm writing here. Like this, I'm just changing. Okay. Now I want to calculate the time taken for loop 1, loop 2 and loop 3 separately. And even total time also. Okay. Then we should use somewhat advanced concepts here. Observe carefully. Then provide stopwatch with ID and start with the task name. Okay. This time, instead of default constructor, take ID parameter. Instead of default method, take a parameter as task name. Stop is normal similar. And this time we have to use a method called pretty print. Now let me write here. I'm just writing this time. Stopwatch, just I'm writing. It's a watch is equals to new stopwatch. Okay, I'm just giving some ID, any name you can give. Let me give here test runner or any name. It's a test runner run method. Okay, like this, you can give just class name, some method name or anything here. This I'm calling as a loop 1. Now observe here, it's a watch dot. Previously you wrote start like this. Watch dot start. Now what I'm just giving here, I'm just giving a title like this. It's actually loop 1. Like this I'm writing. Observe. Then I'm writing it's actually watch dot stop. Like this. Now previously I wrote empty start method. This time I gave a task name. This is called task name. Not only this loop, you can write even method call also. So same thing I'm just giving here also. It's a loop 2 I'm just writing. Stop. Same thing I'm just writing for this loop 3 also. Or even it can be any logic, not only loops. It's actually I'm writing stop. Watch dot stop. Okay. Now the C output I'm just writing is actually pretty print. Watch dot. It's a pretty print. Now I'm just printing this one here. Look at pretty print means clear output will give total how much time, loop 1 how much time, loop 2 how much time, your given task how much time taken. Now run this one, control F11. And wait for some time. See here. It's called pretty print. It's a nice output. We can also call here like this. It's a nanoseconds. It's actually giving. Okay. So it's actually loop. There's a time. Total how many nanoseconds taken here. Okay. By 1000 you just take it. And by 1000 you just take it. You will get milliseconds here. So like this, it is printing here. You can just see loop 1 is taking these many nanoseconds. 4% of actual time. Okay. Loop 2 taking 83% of actual time here. And loop 3 is taking 13% of actual execution time. In this time, it's actually taking around 13% here. Okay, like that, if you want a clear output here, for example, save operation, okay, export data, sending email, like this we have. Save operation, okay, export, and you want send email. Send email, like this you have. Okay, dummy, here I'm writing, export Excel, how much time taken. If you want, you can just check like this. If you have 3 method calls, okay, in place of these loops, you can write some method calls, database operations, any logic here. Okay, observe carefully. Stopwatch is internally used by Spring Boot in few operations here, like batch processing, MQs, communications, okay, data exporting. Okay, stopwatch is used. If you want, you can use explicitly also like this here. Okay, it's an example here. It's example 2. Example 2. To calculate block or a task specific time, use method start with the task name and also with constructor stopwatch with ID. Finally, print output using method. It's a pretty print. You can use this method here. Observe carefully. Like this, I'm writing here. It's a pretty print. It's an example. It's a code. Look at this one. And output looks like this. This is called pretty print output here. Okay. It's a basic concept of stopwatch here. Okay. Not only stopwatch, even it is providing a concept of scheduling also. Okay. I'll give some overview points about scheduling here. Concentrate. Okay. These are all default concepts of Spring Boot chapter 1. Okay. That's actually called core. Scheduling using Spring Boot. Okay. So did you listen anytime concept of scheduling? Did you listen anytime concept of scheduling or where scheduling is used? Okay, so I'll explain here. Okay, so if you are using a mobile, you might be doing a recharge. Okay, so that is actually executing a task based on the period of time or point of time. Generally, it's called scheduling. Okay, repeating same task after some period of time. In simple here, what task you repeat actually? Payment, that is actually electricity bill payment. You might be doing at your home. Okay, like that. Can you tell me other tasks actually here? What you do repeatedly? Bank statements you might be getting at every month. Okay, so that's actually executing any task or performing any task based on period of time or point of time. That's actually called scheduling. Yeah, everyday morning alarm, very good. Quarterly data report, very good. Loan CMI calculation, very good, Ahmad. Nice, Dinesh. Good, Hari. Still any answers? Okay. uh, Electrical bill generation, yes, that is also type of scheduling. Okay, Aryan, correct. Yeah, meetings in the office, okay, they actually scheduled. Yeah, EMI generation, already someone said. SAC, it's also scheduling. Any other examples? Restarting servers, okay. Lunch and dinner, okay, that is schedule, very good. Yeah, you can give general examples also, not a issue. Appointments, okay, scheduling. Did you see anytime stock market concept? Stock markets, okay, every day 4 p.m they'll announce what is the stock levels actually. Okay, so the stock market they'll end every day morning 9 o'clock they'll start and end by 4 p.m generally as per IST. Okay, so here, yeah, there is actually stock market concept scheduled every day. Bank statements you will get, you know, that's actually scheduled. Company will generate the reports for every 3 months and half yearly, that is scheduled. Okay, you will get actually fixed deposit, okay, amounts you will get, that's a scheduled concept. Hemant, that is also scheduled, sir. Yeah, everyday gold price announcement, that is also scheduling. Yes, schedulings are used at most places. Generally, in the companies, report generations are used. Generally, in the companies, if you have product, for example, I have something like a shopping mart is there. Okay, shopping complex is there. I just want to know how much sales are done and what is my profit at the end of the business day. Okay, I want to generate a PDF report or Excel report. That's actually called scheduling. Okay, scheduling is nothing but repeated task actually here. Okay, so you can provide so many tasks are there, sir. It's just example I just mentioned. Scheduling concept I'm showing here. Executing a task in a loop over period of time or point of time. Executing a task in a loop over period of time or point of time. What is the meaning of this again? Period of time, it indicates time gap. Any start time or date. Okay, second one that indicates a point of time. It indicates exact date time for start. Generally, I'm saying here, okay, period of time. Okay, so point of time and period of time. In the point of time, we have to mention date and time. Okay, 7 a.m. is a point of time. Okay, so 21st September. Okay, so that is 21st September. I'm just writing. Okay, that's actually 7 a.m. Okay, 3rd December. Okay, 3rd December. I'm just writing here. 7:50. It's a PM. Okay, so like this, you are writing a date and time, date or time or its combination. Okay, so it's a 9 a.m. 3rd December. You are writing something like here. That's actually point of time. If you involve some date and time here, these are few examples. That's called point of time. Just I'm writing, it's a 6 minutes. I'm writing here 6 minutes. Okay, 24 hours. Just I'm writing 4 days. I'm writing which day I'm not mentioning. It's a 4 days. Okay, it's actually 8 months. I'm writing here something here. These are all examples here. Okay, I'm writing 6 minutes. From which minute to which minute I'm not mentioning. Whenever you start the task from there onwards, 6 minutes. Okay, whenever you start the task from there onwards, 24 hours. Okay, there is no particular start date and time. That is called period. Okay, this much time is taken here. Okay, wait for this much time, again repeat. Okay, point of time says, hey, exactly you have to start this task. For example, 31st December night, you have to mention something that is called point of time. Okay, every Saturday, I'm just mentioning here, there is actually point of time. Okay, so after 8 days, I'm writing, after 7 days, I'm just mentioning this is a period of time. No particular date and time you just provide, that is called period of time. If you mention something like particular date and time, that is called point of time. Okay, executing a task in a loop over period of time or point of time is actually called scheduling. Okay, how to implement scheduling? Okay, scheduling, I just want to implement here, concentrate. Scheduling using Spring Boot. Okay, if you want to do scheduling programming here, okay, we have to use 2 annotations mainly. Just I'm writing temporarily here. I'll write again application. First, at starter class, we have to write one annotation, enable scheduling is a one annotation. Step 1, to activate scheduling concept in Spring Boot. Okay, at main class, add this. Step 2, you need to define some logic. Okay, not like a runner, some logic, some class we have to write. And on top of the method, whatever the method, just I'm writing a dummy method here, something void, okay, PDF report. I'm just writing here. It's a just dummy. On top of this, we should apply one annotation called @scheduled. Okay, I'll write a new logic. I'm just showing the annotations here. Concentrate. Okay, we have to write one annotation called @scheduled. Okay, so here @scheduled will be having 3 values again. One is fixed delay, is a 1. Second one is actually fixed rate. Okay, and third one is a cron. And the mostly used in real time is actually cron expressions. Okay, I'm just showing here. Write one method, on top of that apply one annotation here that is actually called scheduled. Step number 2, define one class with method. On top of method, apply @scheduled annotation. Choose one type. Choose one scheduling type. Here total we have 3. Okay, one is actually, it's a fixed delay. Second one is actually fixed rate. And third one is actually cron. Cron is a mostly used in real time. These are just like concepts are there. I'll explain even same. Okay, fixed delay and fixed rate, like some dummy concepts here, but I'll explain them also. In the interviews they may ask, but the most important one is cron expressions. Okay, if we are working with a Unix operating system or Linux, you might have listened this. Or if you worked on concept called Jenkins tool, okay, there also you might have listened this here. Okay, it's a cron expressions. I'll explain from beginning, not to worry here. Okay, observe here. Scheduling is another basic feature of Spring Boot here. Okay, if you want to execute any task continuously, repeatedly, loop means continuous loop. It's like infinite loop. Once application started, it is started. Okay, and over period of time or point of time. Period means time gap. Okay, whenever you start from there onwards, it's calculated. Point means you can mention exact date and time, when to start. Starting date and time, no starting date and time, whenever application started. That's called period of time. Okay, fixed delay comes under period of time. Fixed rate also comes under period of time. Cron expression comes under point of time. Even you can write period of time. Both are allowed. By default, point of time, it supports even period of time also. Okay, let me write one small example here. Just I'm writing one small example, just concentrate. File, new, starter project, stopwatch. Sorry, it's actually schedule, scheduling, EX1. Just I'm writing. Next button, and finish button. Okay, I'll write very simple program here. Concentrate. Go to main class, and there I'm writing @enable scheduling. On top of this, Control Shift O you press for imports. Control button, Shift button, and O to get the imports. Remember, this is for shortcut, import shortcut. We'll never add any imports manually. Select, delete, Control Shift O. See, imports has come automatically. Okay, now I'm just writing a simple class. I'm just writing a class here. It's a message service. Just I'm writing dot service. On top of this, just I'm writing component. Object must be created. I am just writing a method here. It's a public void print message. Is a method. Okay, sys out. I'm just printing here. It's a hello. Plus, I'm just printing also date and time. Now, on top of this, I'm writing scheduled. There I'm writing it's a fixed delay. Okay, just I'm writing it's a 5 seconds. It's a 5,000. Okay, 1,000 milliseconds is equals to 1 second. Remember? Okay, 1,000 milliseconds equals to 1 second. I'm just writing like 5,000. Fixed delay takes actually value in the milliseconds actually here. Okay, it's actually milliseconds it is taking and just giving. What is the meaning of this one here? Whenever application started, whenever it is started, not an issue here. From there, okay, call this method once. Done. Okay, wait for 5 seconds. It's a waiting time, wait for 5 seconds. 5 seconds completed. Again, call this method. Again, execute this logic. Okay. Again, wait for 5 seconds. Again, call this method. Again, wait for 5 seconds means method call. And again, next method call, wait for 5 seconds exactly. Okay. Now I'll just run this application and see first of all output. I'm just clearing the console. Look at here. See, output has come. Look at the next hello when it is printed. See the time gap. It's a 28 to 33 seconds. It's a 38 seconds. Next to 43. Can you guess next one when it is printed? Can you guess next one when it is printed here? $53. Next one, it's a 57, 58. Next one. Where did you study, sir? There is no 63. It's a 03. Okay, that's actually up to 59. Later it changes. Okay, 0 to 59 only. Like this, it is a continuation value. Okay, how long it is going to print? Until you stop. Until you stop, it is going to be printed continuously here. You can see. If you want to stop here, look at. Come to console section. Come to console section. Here you can see red color button. Stop button is there. Click on this one. See here. Come to console section. And there you can see red color stop button will be there. You can see. You have to click on this. Okay, come to console section, red color stop button. Just press, it is stopped. Application is stopped. Shutting down the executor service. Stop. Okay, it's a small example I gave. We had to see multiple examples. Just I'm showing here, it's a fixed delay. Okay, so mostly cron is used. These are all period of time. You want 9 o'clock, something you want to do. By the end of the day, something you want to do. Cron expression is mostly used. Okay, these are all like dummy examples I'm showing here. Observe here. Yeah, we can give point of time using only cron expression. Okay, that is only important. These are just like a dummy I'm showing here. Understand here. So the first one I'm just giving it's a fixed delay. This value is provided in milliseconds. It will indicate call our method with a given time gap. Okay, for example, I just wrote fixed delay is equals to 1000. Then our method is called. Once its execution is finished, then call second time, like etc. Again, execution finished, then call third time. Okay, for your understanding, I'm just giving you example. Consider it's a timeline. It's a timeline. Okay, application started. Your method name is M1. Just consider your method name is M1. Your method name is M1. Okay, you gave a fixed delay of something like actually 3 seconds. 3 seconds you give. M1 method taken actually 6 seconds for execution. 6 seconds it's taken here, M1 method. Okay, then it is going to do what? It's the wait. Next, it is going to wait for 3 seconds. System will be waiting for 3 seconds. Why waiting? You gave fixed delay 3 seconds. Okay, waiting time done. Next what? Again, call the method. Okay, so here, second time it is actually calling after 3 seconds. Then after, again, same continue. It's in a loop. Okay, so call the method, wait for given time, and again call method second time, wait for given time, again call the method. It may take 6 seconds, second time it may take 9 seconds, 3 seconds, we don't know method how much time, but exactly waiting time. Okay, it's a wait time between next method call. 2 methods. Wait time between first method execution finish time to next method execution start time. Okay, remember here, first method execution finish time to next method execution start time. Okay, so that means here execution started, here execution finished. From this time to execution start, this time, it's a time gap. It's a waiting time. We can also call exact waiting time. It's a exact waiting time is actually 3 seconds. That's actually called fixed delay. Okay. Yes, you can write multiple methods also here. Not an issue here. I'm just giving this 1000. Okay, print message A I'm just writing, and B I'm writing here. It's a high. Okay, like this you can write here, and you can run application even, and you can see here. I'm just clearing the console. High printing for every second and hello printing for every 5 seconds. You can see there. Hello is printing for every 5 seconds and high is printing for every second. And come to stop button here and click on red color stop button like this. It is going to be stopped here. It's an example I'm just giving. Example code. Okay, a fixed delay here. Okay, remember a point I'm just giving here. 1000 milliseconds is equals to 1 second. Okay, remember that it's a note. Okay, if you want to convert the values on your own, okay, it's example here I just mentioned. Okay, so here this is a one. First you have to apply two annotations here: enable scheduling at main class, and second, okay, here you write @scheduled. Okay, make sure there is no parameter and no return type, because method is called by Spring container. Spring container cannot pass any parameter here. If you want to take any instance variable like this, something like private string code, okay, use this code here. And don't return anything. Return type should be void. Okay, scheduler method should never return any value and should not take any param. Scheduler method never takes any parameter and returns nothing. Remember, okay, like it's actually public void, it's a name, empty params. It's a logic. It should be in this format only. Okay, it works on any environment here. Okay, it's like any environment, something like standalone application or web application, any environment it works. It's not an issue here. Any type mistake I did? It's a wait time, sir. It's a wait time between first method execution finish to next method execution start. Okay, here like this. I just gave one example here. Yes, you can write multiple schedulings even. Okay, so here I'm just showing one small core Java concept also here. Time converter. Just I'm showing a small example. Concentrate here. Okay. File new Spring Starter project here. No, Java project sufficient. Java project I'm just creating. It's a test time. Next button and finish button. File new, a Java project I created. Not Spring project, Java project I created. You can observe here. Okay, test time is a project created. There I'm writing a class. It's a test. in.nit.raghu. Okay. Now here, there I'm just using a time unit actually. Time unit is actually enum. Time unit is actually enum introduced in JDK 1.5. Okay, what is the purpose of this time unit? You know, okay, you can convert one value format to another. You have some nanoseconds and you want to convert it to seconds, or you have something like a microseconds, you want to convert it to some days. You have days and you want to convert it to nanoseconds. Okay, any factor you want to convert here, nanoseconds, microseconds, that's actually milliseconds, minutes, hours to days. Up to days we have. Okay, so here these are recently added seconds, minutes, and hours added in 1.6. Okay, currently I'm using Java 14, so all features sufficient possible here. It's a time unit. Okay, time unit is actually enum added in Java 1.5. Okay, it is used to convert time day values. Okay, example I'll just show here. For example, I have sysout, I'm just taking time units. time unit dot. I just want to convert the days. How many days? 3 days. To what? To hours. Okay. So days to hours. Understand here? It's a days to hours. I'm just converting. Okay. Days to hours. Right click. Run as Java application. 72 hours. Days to minutes. 3 days. Days 3 converted to minutes. These many minutes. Okay. Days to seconds. Okay. 3 days converted to how many seconds? Okay. Days to milliseconds. Okay. Not only days, you can have so many factors here. For example, I have something like minutes. Okay. Minutes to, there's actually nanoseconds. I'm just converting here. Okay. 4 minutes, how many nanoseconds? This many nanoseconds here. 4 minutes. Okay. Here I have something like seconds. Okay. Seconds to, I'm just writing minutes. Okay. 120 seconds, how many minutes? Okay. Observe carefully. It's actually 2 minutes. Okay. Like this, we can write here all conversions. Okay. Seconds to milliseconds. That's actually microseconds. Just I'm writing 1 second. How many microseconds? Okay. 1 second. How many nanoseconds? See here. Nanoseconds, microseconds, and milliseconds. Okay. It's actually 1,000. Okay. So 1 lakh and 1 crore here. It's actually like this. Values are printed here. So you can do all the conversions here. For example, you have some hours. Okay, it's a core Java concept. Just I want to show here. Hours to, it's actually minutes. Okay, 2 hours to how many minutes here? You can see like hours to some days. Okay, so 48 hours to how many days? I'm just writing here. It's actually 2 days. It is showing here like this. This is a core Java class here. Time minutes is a enum from to. From and to format. It's actually, it's a time unit dot from dot to method and the value. Like this, it is going to be. It's a days to hours, days to minutes, and days to seconds. And even you can see here, it's a time hours to days. You can see here. It's a seconds to minutes. Like this, all the values here. This added in JDK 1.5. It's a JDK 1.5. Just practice this example. Okay, it will be useful in the future once we go to, there's actually JWT level here. Like this here. Okay, so it's a one small example I just gave here. You can just work on the same. Okay, so today what we discussed here is first we started profiles using YAML. Okay, single profile concept, very important. Then later we have started the concept that is actually stopwatch. Then we came to scheduling. Scheduling just started. Continuation of scheduling I'll take tomorrow even. Just a small example I gave, fixed delay. We had to work on so many concepts here, especially cron expression, very important. It's a very first example I just gave for understanding. Okay, then I just gave one small core Java concept that is actually time unit, enum. Are you clear up to this one? Yeah, cron, I'll just mention cron expression I'll pass from even properties file. Okay, I'll show that later. As of now, let it be. Okay. Ask Mahesh, what is your question? Okay. If you have questions, you can just type. Yeah, notes will be updated there in the drive. In the classroom, I'll update. Yeah, profiles, child also, YAML also will work. Same like previous, just we want. Prasad, that I'll show in tomorrow. Okay, I'll show that, Prasad. Don't worry. That's how to handle that tomorrow. I'll show it. Cron expression still I did not show, right? Ajay, dependencies management. Once it is done, I'll go for next Maven management program only. What is dependency? How to handle on that? Okay. Mahesh, do you know Jenkins concept or something like a Webmin concept here? Okay. So or some deployment environment. If you know Docker, if you run or something like Kubernetes, okay, if you are using or anything, that will take a command called java-jar, our jar name, our project name, our app name dot jar or var hyphen spring dot profiles dot active is equals to QA. Like this, we have to pass. This is a command to run the jar or var. Okay, Jenkins will convert our application into jar or var. Okay, so in real time, this is a command that must be provided. It's a Kubernetes or Docker or AWS cloud, even Google cloud, any cloud it is, that's a command. Okay, starting also I just mentioned the same thing. I think you forgot that. Okay, first example I gave in that format only.